Hello, my name's Scott Perry. I'm a professional magician and this is a magic review.
It's a kind of magic.
In today's review, we're going to be looking at Vanishing Point by William Tyrrell? I think it's Tyrrell. And the TLDR on this is that it's fantastic. This is what a fully thought out project and product looks like. There is nothing that Will has left out for us. I cannot recommend this product highly enough as a complete package, and I'll explain more why with the later parts of this review. But in the TLDR, for £30, what Will gives you is way better than most of the effects and products that I've purchased over the last years. So if you like the effect and you have a use for the effect, whether it be for social media or in a show, I think this is a really great trick for a reasonable price as well. That's the TLDR. Let's get into the review. What is it? Vanishing Point is a way of holding a stack of, I believe it's 5 decks of cards. These 5 decks of cards can be different colors, different brands of cards, and they vanish in a second down to 1 deck of cards. That's what the effect is. You're essentially vanishing an entire stack of decks of cards. And that's simply it. That's what the effect is here. There's nothing more to it. It's a quite simple, quite striking illusion. What do you get? And here is where this project starts to shine. What you get is this little package here, which opens up and has some links to the tutorials, and then you get a gimmick that's in red backed bicycle, which I will not show you any more of. You also get some stickers to customize your gimmick, both in blue backed bicycle and also in multicolored bicycle. You can customize your gimmick further, but this is what you receive in the package. I'll go into further customization in the final thoughts of this review at the end. You also receive, with the links to the instructions, a PDF that allows you to build your own gimmick. He gives you the templates, he gives you the instructions, he explains how you can build your very own Vanishing Point for free. Well, not for free because you've purchased the gimmick, but he's given you everything you need to perform this forever without the need of having to buy refills. It's not very often that I can say that about a trick or a product or a release, and I think that's phenomenal. There is also another edition, as well as building your own gimmick and customizing your gimmick and ways of customizing it. There's also variations taught. There's just some information in the instructions that Will gives you about black art that I think is very valuable, and not something that should be charged for. I think it's in line with what the product is being priced at, but he doesn't have to, well, not that he doesn't have to include it. Most other magic creators would choose not to include these kinds of extra details and links to extra things that you can buy. So yeah, hats off to Will. That's really good. In addition to that, you also get another handling that's included by Kyle Littleton, who I know for the product No Sense, but you may know him for a number of other productions and releases. But that's also really good. It allows you to vanish a deck of cards into another object. So overall, that is what you receive with Vanishing Point. It's a lot, and it's what should be normalized in the magic industry. It's a full project and value for money. How easy is it? Really, really easy. It doesn't come too much easier than this. You literally hold the block of decks of cards, and within a simple action as a squeeze, the cards disappear down to 1 deck of cards. So it's very easy to do. The setup is also very easy to do. So that's, as far as skill level is concerned, I think most beginners could perform this quite easily. It's, as long as your hand fits over that amount of decks of cards, then I think it's a very, very easy trick to perform. Reset time is also very quick. The illusion that's created only takes a second or 2 seconds to get it ready, and equally to perform it again if you wanted to repeat it is very easy. So there's nothing there's no threads that are going to snap, there's no elastic, there's nothing like that. It's really clever in the way that it's designed, and yeah, it just takes a second or a couple of seconds to reset it and get ready, which is possible in close-up scenarios. I personally wouldn't necessarily perform it in close-up scenarios or table hopping, but it is possible. And I think some people would get away with it really well. And, around tables, table hopping from table to table. I think some magicians it would suit really well. And as I say, it's definitely feasible to perform it in that way. Angles are a little bit touchy. So you're looking at kind of 90 degrees out towards you, maybe even almost 180 degrees like this from all around. You are covering kind of the backs of the decks of cards, but I think the angles generally are quite good. They are quite open. People on your far sides and also behind you or over the top of you, I should say. If they're behind you, they won't be able to see it. I think the angles are pretty good, and you can, with your hand positioning, make the angles more open or more tight depending on your situation. So I would say that the angles are in line with most magic tricks of this kind. And yeah, that's pretty much the angles. There's not too much more to touch on. You're the one who's in control of how open or how tight you want your angles for Vanishing Point. Pocket space is amazing. It's just a little bit more than a deck of cards. So you can easily put this in your pocket with a regular deck of cards, vanish the brick of decks of cards, and then take out the regular deck and start performing with it. And then the box that you're putting back in your pocket is only just a little bit thicker than a regular deck of cards. So pocket space is really good on this one. The cards or the setup when it's in your pocket is actually in a flat orientation, as you would pull the decks of cards out, or as you would take them out from your inner pocket or something like that. You would create the illusion, and then you would have the 5 decks of cards in your hand. But when it's in your pocket or when it's in your bag, it packs really flat. So the pocket space is really good on this one. My final thoughts on Vanishing Point are that if you like the effect, in my opinion, it's an essential purchase this year in 2023 of its release, not just for the effect itself, but also as a resource. And the reason I say that is because Will gives you the PDF templates to make more of these, so you can make them forever if you want to, with a little bit of Photoshop skills. He doesn't teach this. He teaches you how to make up new gimmicks using card boxes, but obviously that makes the gimmick a little bit thicker sometimes. And he does talk about other methods of slimming it down, but with just a little bit of photo editing, you could design your templates and get them printed at an actual printers. So yeah, I think that what Will has included in this project is fantastic, and what magic tricks should be released like. This is in a state where he's thought about everything. He's given you all of the information that you could need as well, and maybe a little bit more as well. There's one tip he gives on black art that I think is really useful, and not something that I knew about. And I think it's something that I might give black art a go now for social media videos, based on the information that he's provided in the instructions. So I think that's great. Also, the customization of the gimmick is amazing. You're not locked to a single deck of cards. I mean, a single style of deck of cards. You can have really any design you want on the gimmick. There are also some other things that I'm sure I'm forgetting that Will includes in the instructions. It's just really comprehensive and a fantastic product. It's £30. I believe it's an exclusive to Vanishing Inc. And that's the review for today. I highly, highly recommend this if you like the effect. That's the review. Leave a comment below, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you in the next review.